Hey, besties! I'm McKinley.
I'm Danielle. Welcome back to the Dash of Pink podcast.
Look at our hoodies!
Look at
how
this.
Cute.
Here's the thing.
And hey, besties!
I found like a hoodie customization thing on Amazon for $18.
Literally $18.
And I was like, oh, I gotta do this. It also says Dash of Pink on the back, but
the same logo, this little thing.
It's just bigger.
It's so cute.
We also got some for the boys. We filmed an episode with the boys yesterday.
We did, and it was so fun.
And they didn't come in time, so I was like really sad by that. But we have them.
We have them. The boys are gonna have them. If we do future guests will have them.
Right.
Hopefully.
Also, my hair is dark.
Yes.
Hey.
And mine has lightened at this point, so we keep just swapping.
We just go back and forth.
You've joined the dark side. How do you feel?
I feel like it matches my personality better.
I do. And I actually think it makes your eyes pop. I love it. It's so good.
I love the blonde. I love it. Mm-hmm. Like, there has been a couple times the past couple days where I've missed it. Really? But, like, it's so 18, 19 years old Danielle, and I needed a break from that first. As 21 years old, I needed a break from that because also, like, I'm a mom. I haven't done anything else. Yeah. I'm a mom. I'm a mommy. Mamacita. No, I just haven't done anything else with my hair for a while. And the last time I went dark, it was because my mom did my hair and I processed it for too long because we were just doing it at home. And so I was like, I'll finish it at home. So I processed it for too long, so it was all weird. So that was why I went dark last time. And it was like a warm brown and I didn't like it. So
but I really like it.
Toned,
a little
brown.
Darken it up. She joined the dark side a little bit. I think I'm going to touch mine up as it gets closer to Christmas and make it a little bit more even, if you will. Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking about anxiety. We have heard you. We understand that we're all a little anxious.
We all got something, okay?
We all got some crap going on. And a lot of it is anxiety.
Yeah.
Everyone's having anxiety. Have you heard that book that's kind of going around that's big right now that's like the anxious generation or something?
Yes, yeah. I saw that at Target.
I really want to read it.
Yeah.
I really want to read it.
I literally was actually about to talk about that where I was like,
really?
I saw an article about that book the other day where it's like, this generation is the most anxious of like all ever. And I think it's because we're so involved in everything.
Oh, for sure. We overconsume everything in our lives.
Don't be bumping the mic. I'm like, we're so anxious.
Boom, boom, boom. No, but you think about it, we're consuming so much content.
We probably it's probably not it's not natural to know everything about everyone all the time.
Well, even if you think about it, like people in the olden days would read a newspaper and see billboards. Like that was the extent of what they were exposed to on more of a like not national level, that's not the right word, but like on a broader level than like their immediate family.
Level.
Yes, on a worldly level. Now we can quite literally get access to anything with we have 5 devices in front of us right now.
And there's very few boundaries on the internet. So you can see things that are horrible.
Oh, well, we learned that last when we were talking about our little confessions when someone told us that they bumped into it 5 years old. I'm like, holy cow, that's crazy.
Well, and there's things on the internet that you're not supposed to see. Like when Charlie Kirk died, that was all over the internet.
I'm so glad I didn't see that.
I saw it.
You did? I didn't watch it.
I could not scroll. I don't even want to talk about it.
We're not going to go there.
No.
We're not going there. But we're going to be talking about anxiety. You guys have sent us a lot of DMs, asked questions, commented on YouTube. So we want to answer those questions and do like the specifics at the end. But we're going to kind of give you a little peek into our journeys with anxiety. And I kind of feel like they're a little bit different.
I don't know if I would call mine a journey. I would say mine's like falling off of a cliff and hitting a couple rocks on the way down.
Yours is like a train wreck that just keeps happening and happening. That's hilarious. Okay, so when did you know that you had anxiety? Like when was the first time in your life that you were like, I have anxiety? Does that make sense?
I knew I had it. I had anxiety for a long time before I knew I had anxiety.
Oh, same.
So I probably actually realized, oh, this is anxiety. This is a panic attack when I was 15, 16.
Really that young?
Probably.
Okay, I did not know that what I was dealing with was anxiety until I was married.
Really?
Yes, and I am a very anxious person because my mom did not have an ounce of anxiety in herself ever, so she didn't really know what it was.
Wait, so like, how old were you when you got married?
Well, I was 19 when I got married, but by the time I wasn't until I was having anxiety attacks, and I knew those were anxiety attacks, but my situation, I kind of thought it was situational,
Right.
but it wasn't until
How old were you when you realized?
how old when I realized that it was actually anxiety my whole life.
Yeah.
It was when I was postpartum with Nixon, when I was 20, like 2021.
So we
Like, I
figured
was your
out
age.
like the same time though.
Yes,
Because
yes.
that was like 5 years ago for me.
That's so weird.
Because I'm younger than you.
That's so weird. I always forget that. Literally, I'm 27, you're 21.
She's like
I
that
forget
young, and I was like, it was pretty recent, honestly.
It's pretty recent. That was only like 6 years ago.
I was like,
That's actually crazy.
15.
No, it probably was about the
Yeah.
same time, like about 6 years ago, when
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, this really is anxiety.
We were seriously just living each other's lives without even knowing it.
It's so weird. It's so weird. The other day, you guys, we were Marco Poloing, rage cleaning.
For hours.
No, she would be talking and going and cleaning, and I would be like scrubbing, and I was folding like 19 loads of laundry, and we were just yapping back.
I was so Hayden
long.
was like yelling in the background, and we had dancing fruit going because
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
I just need, or maybe it was Bluey at that. I don't remember.
I don't know. Nixon came in about 14 times, and I was like, Nix, you got to go to bed. Like, Mom is having a crash out because Rye was out of town, and Ty was
out
What was he doing?
playing games with Branson. He
Oh,
was playing
fun.
Magic the Gathering.
Yes,
with
that's so
Branson.
fun. And so we were literally like, we're not going to be able to function if we don't just clean. So we forced
Right.
ourselves. And then finally, I kept being like, I'm going to be done. I need to move on. We just kept going. But
Well,
okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm so overwhelmed, but I'm not going to text Ty and say, come home, because he never does anything for himself. So I was like, just anyway.
Just buckle up. We're gonna
Anyway.
survive it together. It was fine. We made it out alive. So when you were 15, what did you do? Because you're like, okay, I have anxiety. So what did you do about that? Did you like talk to your parents? Like,
No.
you just kind of were like, this is where I'm at in my life.
I was going through a lot
Yeah.
at that point, and I didn't talk to my parents about it. I don't think I talked to my mom about it until she found me having a panic attack on the floor of my closet one time.
Really?
I couldn't breathe, and she was like,
That's
"What's wrong with
crazy.
you?" And I was like, "I'm having anxiety." And
Oh.
so I didn't, because I thought I was dumb for it. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, this is dumb." Like, because I also, from my whole life until I was 15-ish, I never cried about anything.
That's so
I
sad.
never like let myself have really emotions.
Kind of kept it all in.
Yes, yeah. Like I
That's
had to
sad.
teach myself how to cry when
Really?
when me and Ty were dating.
That's bizarre.
Like I honestly,
Almost to like actually feel and release the emotion, you think? Do you think that's why?
I don't know. It seriously, I had trained myself to where it's like I could not cry. Like I could
Wow.
feel the feelings of crying, but tears wouldn't come
That's
because
so...
my whole life, like now, I went to church with my parents this morning because it was Canyon's primary program. I
Uh-huh.
know, guys, I'm going to heaven. I went to church once. I hope you all are relieved. I hope the family members who are so concerned about it are relieved that I'm going to heaven now because I went once. Anyway, there was, I'm not going to say what specifically. There was a girl, she played piano beautifully, and there was one part where she got a little bit messed up. And for me, I would have panicked and my fingers wouldn't. I have horrible stage fright when I'm playing piano. I can't play when someone else is watching. And she got a little messed up for a second, but then she picked herself back up and she did so good.
Aww.
But afterwards, she was so upset with herself, and I was watching, and I was like, try not to cry. But like the fact that I'm having to try not to cry now in my life
is huge.
is a huge deal. Anyway, I'm steering off. I didn't ask anybody.
Really.
I didn't, like, I had friends that I talked to. I had like boyfriends that I was with at the time that I would say, oh, I'm having anxiety. But I don't really think I asked for help because my biggest thing was I was so afraid of being a burden. I believe 190% that I was a burden to everyone.
Okay, this is interesting because when I was prepping for this episode and doing the outline, I learned that when you have anxiety, you pick up roles and you kind of do like different things. So there's an achiever, a people pleaser, and the quiet overthinker. And I feel like you're falling a little bit more into the achiever because you're like, I'm just going to do this on my own.
Definitely
I'm
achiever
gonna feel
and
this.
quiet overthinker.
That's how I am more people pleaser, quiet overthinker. Well, I don't think I'm quiet overthinker until I got older.
I
think I was
I've always
achiever,
been a
people
quiet
pleaser.
overthinker. I would be the one sitting there and being like, they looked at me wrong. Did they hate me? Did they?
not
Did
me.
they? And like spiral.
I
But
could
it was
not.
it was quiet.
Really?
Yeah.
Really. So I feel like mine is more, now that I'm thinking about it, as I've gotten older, it's been a little bit quiet overthinker. But when I was younger, I was a people pleaser to the point that I was like overachieving in every aspect. I could not even have an A-. I had to have an A. plus, like A. There's
See, mine were
no.
more like.
But I also was
I
the
don't know.
oldest. Well, I still am the oldest. That sounds weird.
My like overachieving wasn't like with grades or that kind of stuff. It was just like mostly I think I wanted to be that, and that's what I wanted to be, and I felt like I was failing, so therefore I was a burden.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Almost like the expectation of wanting to overachieve.
Right, right.
That is so interesting. So, you've never been a people pleaser, really?
I do have people pleasing tendencies. There are
Do you?
times where I'm like, oh no, I said this thing wrong. I 100%. I have people pleaser in me,
Okay. Because
but I have to force it out every single day.
Oh, I am a people
I would rather
pleaser.
be a brat.
Careful. Easy.
I would rather be a brat and hated and feared
Yeah.
than a people pleaser.
I am to the point in my life that that's where I am, but up until the last 3-4 years, I was full-on people pleaser. Whatever people wanted from me is what they got. So at times, there was points in my life where I quite literally was living a double life.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to please everyone around me and then myself.
So stressful.
I mean, hence why I have anxiety.
Yes, yeah.
No, literally.
Yeah.
No, literally. So what do you wish you knew? Because, okay, I didn't know that I had anxiety, and now looking back, what do you wish you would have told your younger self about specifically anxiety and mental health now that you're older?
To talk to my parents.
To talk to someone?
That caused so many issues between my relationship with my parents because they saw Branson and Allie didn't ever have anything. They were both like Branson had his own things, Allie had his own things, but they weren't like, I don't know. They didn't outward like struggle. And my depression and anxiety looked like bad attitude on the outside. Like it came across as, because I already have RBF. I'm already a brat.
She got strikes.
I'm already way crazy sarcastic. Like that's my love language. So when you put those together with depression, you're not happy, you're depressed, you're anxious, sarcasm, and all of that looks like you're being a brat and you're bad attitude. And so my parents were like, this bad attitude can't happen. You're being rude to everyone. You're like, if I had just told them
what you were feeling,
what I was feeling. I remember there was only one time that I really, and I'm not like really going to talk about it because it's going to make me cry. There was only one time that I really told them anything really because I was at like genuinely a breaking point where I was like, if I don't say anything, I literally can't keep going. So and so I went to my parents and they're like, hey, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm just a burden. And they were like, what do you mean by that? And it was like 5-minute explanation. That's all I gave them. Yeah. Because also the extent of it, I didn't want to scare them with my anxiety and depression. And
oh, that's hard.
So I wish if I could tell my younger self anything, it's just talk to them because you're going to save yourself and them so much pain because it was like every night my parents would have like lectures trying to figure out what's going on in my head and like what's going, because they knew something was wrong. And in their panic, it turned into, okay, well, you're grounded. Yeah. Give me your phone.
Like, let's figure this out until you can tell us.
So it was just like, I didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do because it was like, how could they? Because I was holding everything in because I was like, oh, if I tell them about my anxiety, I'm just being a burden. I'm being worse of a, I'm being worse of a burden. Yeah. I'm just burdening them more and they're going to love me less because I'm a burden.
See, mine is so much different. I feel like because mine was kind of like a creeping anxiety almost and kind of, I don't feel like mine was as much outward and didn't affect me in that way. Right. It was so much more on my own view of myself and my own expectations of myself. Right. So I feel like if I were to go back, I would, number one, just want myself to be a better communicator with my parents and actually be able to be like, no, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I want. Because I never said that to my parents. I was not one to be like, no, this is what I want out of my life. Right. This is, and that could have changed a lot of things, as we will find out. But I wish I would have given myself enough respect isn't even the right. Like I would have grace to be like, you can do what you want instead of having to fill every. Whoa, why are we having so many issues with our minds today? We're like me.
Well, like to what you're saying is, I felt a lot like my problems weren't worth anyone else's effort. Yes. So I was like, why would I go to my parents, again, be a bigger burden, and be like, hey, here's my problems when they had their own problems going on. Exactly. They had a lot
Yes.
I'm not going to talk about it. They had a lot going on
Yeah.
personally. And so me seeing that, I was like, I literally don't matter to them. Not
Yeah.
because they made me feel like that.
You didn't think your
I
issues
felt like
were.
I shouldn't matter to them. I felt like I
Yes.
shouldn't be important to them. So therefore, I went into a farther hole of loneliness and emptiness, and it was a lot.
Which is so interesting because I'm the oldest of 6 kids. And so I almost feel like in a different way, I was like, what I can shift what I want and what is stressing me out to please everyone else, to make everyone's lives easier, and I can handle it. Right. So I find myself kind of falling into these phases a lot. I keep adding things to make everyone else's lives easier, and then I'm like, whoa, drowning.
Right.
Okay, what about like when you were moving out? High school, college, you did your hair school, like did it shift or was it pretty much the same? Because at what point did you kind of accept that you had anxiety and work at it?
I think by that point I had figured it out. Hair school and moving out wasn't really like an anxious thing for me because I had always known that I was going to move out as soon as I could. Not because I didn't like living at home, but I'm very independent. And if I'm not doing things independently, I'm not growing. I'm very conscious about growth. I'm very conscious about independence. And so I knew, okay, I'm living at my parents' house. I'm just cleaning their kitchen every day. I'm just cleaning to whatever to get by. Like, I know how that system works. If I want something, I just go and clean something and then I tell them. Like, there was no growth. It was the same thing every day. And so I was like, it's time. There was sadness in moving out and that kind of stuff, but there was never really anxiety. It didn't make anything worse. That was... I was having more anxiety with friends at that point.
Well, it's a big life shift when you're going from living at home to moving out. Everyone's kind of spreading.
Yeah. I just had a friend at that point to where it was like my job and responsibility to keep up our relationship.
Oh, that's exhausting.
And that was so much. And then I also had a boyfriend and I had school so it was less like the actual aspects of what I was doing and more I had so much going on.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I didn't know where life was going, what I was doing. So honestly, that was less. It wasn't bad. Okay. It wasn't horrible.
So I went to BYU Hawaii for 7 months. And when I went out, my anxiety actually got so much better because I was able to do everything that I wanted and like kind of live my own life. But when I would call home, I was
anxious.
Not even anxious. I was playing back into the role of kind of living the life that everyone else wanted me to live. So that's where
Y'all need to hear her story.
You guys, we're doing it. I promise. By the end of the year,
3-part podcast.
It's gonna be a 3-part podcast. I'm gonna have to tell you guys a lot, and I'm gonna get real vulnerable because it's it's a lot. And it's hard. And I keep saying that it's hard because people are like, just say it. And I'm like, I don't think you guys understand that. It's so much more than just a quick story. It's loaded.
Me as a person who would be totally fine to expose everyone and everything, I don't know how she's going to do it. Because
here's the thing. I made a choice. I'll tease it a little bit. I ran away when I was 18 years old. I left my house because that's what I did. And my choices affected everyone around me, and everyone had the right to react how they did. However, I don't want to put blame on anyone for reacting how they did and expose it because of many different reasons, but I don't think that's my story to tell. I just want to tell my story and how I felt during the experience. So I'm having a really hard time trying to figure out how to separate everything because I do feel like it's important to share what I've learned and what I went through because it was a lot. It was wild. It was wild. Anyways, but that being said, it was almost like my buildup of, okay, I now know what I want out of life. My anxieties surrounding certain things have gone away because I'm not feeling that pressure where I'm living.
Right.
And I'm okay. Like, I'm doing great. So then when I moved home and was stepping back into having to fill those expectations again, rather than just communicating and putting my freaking foot down, I wish so badly I would have had a backbone. But I didn't, and I can't go back and do that. But that is what I want to instill in my kids to kind of help with easing their anxieties is it's okay if your opinion and what you want out of life is different than me. Like, let's talk about it. We don't have to agree. I will love you
Right.
no matter what. Like, let's figure this out.
Right.
Because I think that would have eased a ton for me for my parents to just say, we love you.
Do
Tell
you.
us what you want. Like,
Yeah.
but I wish I would have just gone to them and been like, okay, no, this is what I want. I don't even know if they knew that I was struggling with that too. You know what I mean? Well, to a point.
Right.
Anyways, so were there ever like the financial stress? Like, am I doing this right? As you're getting older, like when you were getting engaged, like, because we kind of talked with Ty how you were like, we need to get married. Were those things anxious for you, or was it all kind of more like mental expectations?
I don't know if I was having a whole lot of anxiety in that sense. Because again, when I am growing, when I'm like accomplishing things, it's very like, great, that's my fuel type thing.
It's when you're stagnant.
It's when I'm stagnant that gives me anxiety, and when I don't know what to do next. And so there were times that I got a lot of anxiety of like, okay, what are we gonna do? Let's not just sit stagnantly, because in getting ready to get married, all those things, he had a lot of things that he wanted to do before we got married, and I was like, okay, well, what's the wait?
Yeah.
In marriage, there were some things after we got married. There was a major friendship crash out that I had, close family member that I had so much anxiety from, and I got abandoned by like a really, really close family member. And that sparked a different kind of anxiety than I ever had. I had like abandonment. I had night frights every night. I would wake up like sitting up, like bawling. I would get such bad anxiety from this person that's been in my life for so long, leaving and blocking my number, telling me that like I'm a whore, like all of these things. They were going through a lot at the time. I'm friends with this person again. Like, we fix things. But at the time it was like a person that I never thought would abandoned me. And then my head went into this horrible anxiety of, well, you never think Ty's going to abandon you.
Yeah.
And so I would get such bad anxiety, and I had to sleep in front of the front door.
That's so
I
wild.
would sleep curled up in front of the front door, because not that I ever thought he would leave me, but I had that anxiety saying, well, they left you, so he can leave you too.
Yeah.
He can leave you too. And then I'd get anxiety if we have a back door. And so I had to sit in a certain direction where I could see the back door while also having my back against the front door. Like, it was a whole different kind of anxiety. So I do feel like I had anxiety in marriage, but it was mostly for the fact that I believe that this person's never going to leave, like, they're never going to leave me.
Yeah, but
they say that they're never going to leave me, but I have to, like, even though I believe them, I have to trust that that's true.
Yeah.
And that's a lot when you have anxiety constantly in the back of your head of, well, what if you do this? What if you're a narcissist? I think about that all the time.
Oh my gosh.
What if you're a narcissist?
Same.
What if you're manipulative? What if you're toxic for them? Because like this person that left and everything was saying that I was like super manipulative. I was narcissistic, and I was like, am I? Like,
and
I was
then
taking
in your brain,
tests.
you're like, what?
And so I was taking tests, and I was freaking out. I'm like, did I get married to a person that I'm actually going to just be like abusing because I'm a narcissist? And
yeah.
So there was a lot of anxieties, not because we got married, not because of like change. It was entirely different things of like.
Mm-hmm. It was situational anxiety.
It was situational anxiety.
And I feel like I've just barely kind of learned the difference between the two.
Yeah.
We did not get swift. We got fizz.
We got fizz, and we didn't went to
fizz.
it.
We didn't went to. We got it delivered.
We're both wrong.
We had to pause. We needed a little drinky drink. Your girl got a big jug. She's thirsty. What did you get? You got Dr. Pepper.
Lime and the coconut, Dr. Pepper, lime wedge, 1 coconut.
I did lime and a coconut, but I did Coke Zero. I am becoming more of a Dr. Pepper girl. So Coke Zero is coming. No, I'm okay. I'm
You don't want to know that you made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a full drink to drink here, Danielle.
It's true. It'll
Come on.
taste sad.
But it'll taste sad. Okay, really random tangent. I have been on my journey to find a better deodorant. You know, I still haven't ordered the one that you sent me. I really need to. Is it clean ingredients or no?
Yeah.
It is?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It has like the cleanest ingredients.
What? Because I went to the grocery store, just good old Wally World, and I got Native. And
nope, that stuff is horrible.
I fear I smell like a rotten onion.
I hate Native. I hate Native.
But I actually really like their body wash, though.
I like their
I
body
like their
wash.
body
No,
wash.
I use their body wash.
I love their body wash, but their deodorant.
Their deodorant gave me the worst chemical burns I've ever gotten.
Wait, the first time I used, I had
Like the rings.
I was bleeding.
Yeah.
My pores were bleeding. So I wanted to try it again because I'd been eating a little cleaner too. So I'm like, maybe it won't be this bad. So I used it. I haven't gotten the rashes, but not my armpits don't stink. My clothes stink when they get wet. Isn't that weird?
Okay, I have a 3-pack of the Carpe deodorant at my house. Just come and get one.
Are you sure?
I have a 3-pack.
I will buy it from you. I'll pay you for it. Okay. Fine.
It's
fine. Danielle's trying to tell me I reek.
Yeah. You smell like native.
You smell like native. But I really do like the scent of the body wash that I use. So I was like, maybe I'll like the peachy nectar.
Okay.
It's orange.
I like the body washes. I think the idea that Native makes deodorants of like
sugar cookie
and like cake. I'm like, I don't want my armpits to smell like a freaking gummy bear. What is wrong with you?
No, I saw that. There was like a holiday gumdrop and there was like a sugar cookie pack at Sam's Club and I was like, no!
It's
Hand
like
soap
sweet
is
tarts. Like this.
Yes.
Why would I want my armpits to taste like a bad Valentine's Day candy? What is wrong with you? Who is running this business and thinks that someone's armpit wants to smell like candy? And it doesn't even smell like that after 2 seconds.
No, I've been genuinely concerned why my clothes stink. Not my armpits. My armpits smell great, but my clothes stink. Is it antiperspirant yours? Or no?
It's a lotion.
A lotion. What? Okay. Well, I will give you guys my thoughts, but so far the Native is not the move. Not the move.
I love Native's body wash.
Body wash, great.
No for me.
I know you haven't used their hair stuff, but I'm pretty
heard
picky.
It melts your hair.
Yeah, I'm pretty picky about my hair stuff.
Don't.
No. Okay, anxiety and motherhood. We're gonna, this is buckle.
It's a different
Here
beast.
we go. So, did yours increase or did it just shift? Like you worried about different things? Because I have
both
different experiences.
The weird thing is, I started getting like postpartum anxiety before she was even born.
Yeah.
Like the week before, every night I would just start bawling. I would have a panic attack every night.
That's
like,
so interesting.
I had like the nighttime scaries when I was still pregnant.
That's so interesting. That is
like,
so
it
interesting.
just kind of carried like the last week into postpartum. It was definitely different and worse in different ways.
Yeah.
Like the intrusive thoughts, those would turn into a whole thing. Putting her in bed at night was horrible.
So what about like I totally just lost mine. Okay, so for me, my anxiety shifted. So with Nixon, I had postpartum depression. I still had my normal anxiety, but I didn't know it was fully depression until when I had Rayla, which is my second one. You guys, I had severe anxiety. Severe. We have like this little rail, not even a rail. It's literally like a half wall upstairs in our loft. Every time I would walk around it, I was scared that somehow I was going to throw her over the edge or throw Nixon over the edge. Like the most intrusive thoughts. I could not go to the grocery store because I was terrified that we were going to get kidnapped or my kids are going to get kidnapped. Oh, it's so bad. So bad.
No, me in the grocery store right now, if I let go of Hayden for a second, I'm like, Ty, you have to hold on to her. You have to hold on to her. There's probably an old lady or someone watching us right now waiting for us to let go and then they're going to take her.
But it's so, like, even if you're trying to be realistic, like, is that going to happen? No.
There's
probably not. You can't be realistic.
No,
like, you can't talk yourself out of it.
No.
And I didn't realize that I had... With Nixon, I was like, okay, so after I had Rayla, I was like, oh, yeah, that was postpartum depression. This is postpartum anxiety. I did have a little bit of, like, baby blues, but I would not even consider what I was dealing with Rayla depression as much. It was full-blown anxiety with everything. Like, it was so bad. Riley had to text me when he was getting to work, if he left work, like, everything, because I was so scared that something was going to happen. Yeah. Like, I was a hot mess. I was a hot mess. How long did that last for you? Your nighttime scaries, all of your stuff. Are you still dealing with it?
No, it's not as bad. It's like I'll have it every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I was having it consistently for probably...
That's sad.
Like crying every time I put her in bed.
That was for a minute.
It lasted for a minute. I think it was still going when we went to live at my parents' house. So she was like...
Couple months.
2 or 3 months by the time I stopped crying every single night putting her in bed.
That's so sad.
So I don't know. I don't know.
That's so interesting. I never really dealt with the nighttime anxieties like that. It's
Really?
weird how different people, their anxieties
Right.
show.
I actually, in all honesty, I had almost like the worst anxiety when other people were holding her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I see that. I hear that. That was me.
Was that your
That
stomach?
was me. No, my phone vibrated and the
Oh,
headphones cord
I
was
was
on
like,
it.
what was that?
Hold on,
It just
hold
sounded
on.
like high.
It's like a
Anyway,
little-
I didn't get anxiety when my family was holding her, and I
Mm.
think that's just it's a normal thing for. Was that your
That
stomach?
I don't know if that was mine or yours, but it was someone's. I didn't feel it.
I
but
didn't feel it
sounded.
either. Someone else's stomach is making noises.
There's a ghost.
But like I felt so guilty for it, and I actually would cry to Ty later because I felt horrible because I was like, when his family would come over, there were times where I was like, just give me my baby back. You're freaking me out, and they weren't even doing anything.
Yeah.
And it was like just give her to me. Like I can't, and I would literally cry to Ty later, and he's like, this is normal.
Yeah.
This is fine. He's like, guess what? They're my parents. I know how they are. You don't. You're
Yeah.
supposed to feel like this. It's whatever.
It's almost kind of like we forget that we're humans and humans are animals. Like we are an animal.
Right,
Like a
right.
mama bear is protective of her baby
Right.
cubs.
Yeah, we're
Like,
always
it's
like,
so
oh, animals have
interesting.
instinct. They just
Yes.
animals. We don't know if they think through things. Like they
Yeah.
have instinct. They do things as instinct. And so I think it's so funny
Yeah.
how humans don't think they have instinct too. That just kicks in.
No, we do.
We 100%.
And the
do.
mom instinct is so there. Okay, so
Yeah.
what about like, did you ever fall victim to the anxieties with Google and ChatGPT where it's like, is this normal? Am I going to die? Is like random things like whether it's postpartum to deal with
Yes.
you or whatever.
Mostly, I thought I was worried for a split second that I had what is it called?
Preeclampsia.
Preeclampsia.
Post
Because
the
I
postnatal.
had such bad stomach pain all of a sudden.
Really?
And I was having migraines. And those are two things that's like, if you have those, you're supposed to start whatever.
Yeah.
And so I start Googling and it's like, you're dying. You're dead. You're dead in 24 hours. You're dead.
You're
Go to the
not gonna
hospital.
survive this.
Like, and so I'm like, should I? So I went to my mom. I'm like, hey, should I be worried? Like,
Yeah.
here's what I have. And she's like, okay, do you have this? She's like, do you feel like your heart's going really fast? Have you been
Mhm.
dizzy? I'm like, no. And she's like, okay, as soon as you get dizzy once,
Yeah.
she's like, then we should worry. But she's like,
Until then.
you're probably just having hormone headaches and hormone stomach aches because you can get both
Yes.
of those.
Oh,
Yay!
oh, you know, being a woman, people
So
being a woman.
fun.
But also, it is so fun.
It
Like
is so
we,
fun.
like we have the greatest job in the world. Like the fact
Yes.
that we can like make him.
Sorry, women are
Grace, baby.
superheroes.
We
Sorry,
really
man,
are.
you don't get it.
We are. You don't understand. You wish.
You wish. You wish you were us.
Oh man. I really. So Rayla was born with like the heart murmur that is very normal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Okay, so Rayla was born with a heart murmur, and it's pretty normal. And actually, I learned recently. We'll have to talk about this after, but just a second. Let me get there. Well, no, let's do it now. My friend took her baby to, and how old is she? She is 3 or 4. She took her child to the doctor, and she's like, "You know your child has a heart murmur?" And she's like, "No."
No.
She's like, "Well, don't worry because sometimes kids when they're sick and fighting something can develop a heart murmur and it just heals on its own." I'm like, new fear unlocked. Okay, so now not only do we have to worry about normal sickness, but they can develop a heart murmur during. And she's like, "Well, just watch it the next time they come in." I'm like, I'm anxious for you. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I don't know if I have all the facts straight, but she told me that, and I was like, oh no. So anyways, Rayla was born with a heart murmur, and you know how you go in, you do like your initial follow-up right after you leave,
Right.
and then it's like 2 weeks, 1 month, however many. Why does it keep doing that? Sorry, guys.
We have so many cords.
We have cords going out the wazoo right now. And so at her 1 month, she still had it. And it's usually, I think, if I'm not wrong, I think it's supposed to heal by 2. So they were like, if it's not healed, we'll send you to the cardiologist. And so I was freaking out. I'm like, what can I do? My mind is going and I'm just researching.
Oh,
And
no.
Riley's obviously like, it's going to be okay. She'll be just fine. She's going to grow out of it. Because he was mentally sound. And I was freaking out about everything and their dog. So I was Googling and doing all this research. However, I did take her to a foot zoning person.
Oh, yeah.
And then that was the week before her appointment. We went and it was closed. I don't know if it helped or what, but she asked about her heart and stuff. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yes. And then the next day it was closed.
That's crazy.
Very good. But that is one thing that I was like, when I had Piper, I was like, I need to try my hardest not to Google. Like, I need to not, even with myself, because I was passing really big clots after I had Piper.
Oh.
Like, even with myself, I was like, okay, we're not going to Google.
There were a lot of things that I chose not to Google, but like
Smart.
the preeclampsia, that's like something they're like, watch out for it, whatever.
Yes,
but they don't give you any information about it. They're just like, hey, watch out for preeclampsia.
Watch out for preeclampsia. I'm like, what's that?
Yeah. Hey,
please
so,
give me a detailed
like, whatever. And they're like, and the only thing they told me was like, if you have really bad stomach pain and headaches, and that's what I had. And so I was like, I need to Google because I didn't want to go to my mom and be like, I feel like I have preeclampsia until I had like any information.
Yeah. That's so wild.
Yeah.
That is so wild. Okay. How about the comparison trap? Did you fall into anxiety with comparing yourself as a mom?
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like it's harder where we're content creators.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of
being
commented. People are commenting. Oh, yeah.
I'm still going like right now. Okay, my house is a mess right now. We have laundry in piles, and our laundry basket's full right now. We have 2 laundry baskets of clean clothes, one on the couch, one in our. It's a mess.
Laundry. I hate it.
We've just been like, lately we've been trying to work. We've been all over the place. We seriously have not been like really, really home, you know? And when we have, I've been catching up on work and whatnot. And so lately I've had like so much like comparison of like, oh, other moms can do it. Other moms can keep their house clean. Even though it's like on social media, the moms that have clean houses are really just showing you the cleanest corner of their house while the rest is a like disaster zone. And so it's like, lately I've been having that. And I've actually had people on the comments, like the other day we had Savannah and Lizzie come and stay at our house and we're like, oh, they're going to come help take care of Hayden while we clean. But really it was an excuse to have them over. Yeah. And someone in the comments was like, oh my gosh, Danielle, I cannot believe you can't clean one thing without your sisters there. You have one baby. And I'm like, hey, so I wanted to hang out with my sisters. You just made me insecure. Oh. Now I'm going to feel bad every time I vlog about having anyone come in and hang out with my baby for anything. Like,
oh, that's awful.
Because there are times where we do, like, we'll have my mom come over or something and be like, hey, can you just hold her so Ty and I can both deep clean? Yes, yes. Because we can totally clean when we have a baby, but, like, deep clean, you take care of the baby, you play with her, because it also gives them an excuse to come and hang out with Hayden. Yes. So that's mostly what we do, is we give them... It's
intentional time to do that.
It's the intentional time to do that. And so it's like... annoying. But we get comments all the time and people be like, I can't believe you can't clean your house without someone's help. And then I have lately been like, they're right, we can't. Like,
no. I would pay money to see what that person's house looks like. Yep. Or like their living,
if just they situation have any kids,
and their life.
Anything.
I would love to dissect your life. If you're gonna comment negatively, let us see. Let's see what we can find about you.
There was like 1 or 2 that were like along the same lines that were negative, but not that. Like I responded to one, I was like, hey, I just wanted my sister to come over, because that one wasn't as negative. Usually I'll delete the really negative ones, but like that one was like, you're a bad mom if you can't clean without having someone. And I was like, guess what? Screw you.
I cannot with it. You're a bad mom if. I'm like,
I just don't get why we can't be like, hey, that's really cool that you had your sisters over. And great, it was an excuse to clean. Like,
exactly.
Like, why can't we uplift people instead of being like, you have a messy house and you have babies and you're worthless? Like,
oh, no.
Oh, yeah, I have anxiety about all the time. Listen. I will walk in my house and I'm like, I'm a bad mom because my house is a mess. Yeah. Like, does Hayden care?
No.
Hayden's not going to walk in and be like,
honestly, they don't care.
It's a mess right there.
No, they really don't. So I will be the first to say there are corners of my house that I intentionally keep clean so that I can film my content. There are...
We did that the other day.
Please, for the love of everything that is holy, do not go in my laundry room.
Ty and I
showed you my laundry room.
Ty and I literally filmed a video the other day, and it was on. So we have like one of those couches that has the 2 ends and then the long, right? We literally took everything on the couch and just shoved it to the 2 ends, and it looks spotless in the video because you just see that one spot. But the camera was stacked on 2 Christmas boxes, and there's Christmas trees all over the floor because we're sitting at Christmas, and there's bags of ornaments everywhere. It's a mess, but that video looks clean.
Well, I think it's so hard because yes, we are sharing our real lives, but also like we gotta make a nice video. Like people aren't gonna watch a pigsty at the same time unless you're cleaning the pigsty. Right. So it's like you have to.
I show it all.
You have to do your. You have to do your best. You have to do your best.
But the hard thing is people are going to judge either way. Like, even if you're like, hey, I haven't had time to clean, it's just a mess because we've been all over the place, they're going to be like, no, you're just disgusting. Yeah. You're just horrible. Just find time. It's easy. It's like,
come take a walk in Danielle's life. I want you to try it. I want you guys to come and take a step in each of our lives for one day and tell us how exhausted you are, please.
Hey, you see these eye bags? These are not makeup. These are real. These are with makeup on them.
I have to tell you what I've been doing when we've been filming podcasts. Have you seen those whitening eye drops?
Because someone said you look...
I went on Amazon and ordered the whitening eye drops.
Because they filmed a video one time. It was the Taylor Swift one where McKinley's under the bed and her eyes were red because she's allergic to her
I'm allergic to my mascara or the eye glue. And
so her eyes were red, and someone like on our vlog, because we vlogged it, they commented McKinley was 100% high. She was so stoned.
I freaking wish! Are you kidding? That would have been way more fun.
We just take gummies before filming the podcast. That's why we're such delights.
Oh, could you imagine?
That would be crazy.
I don't even know what that would look like.
That would be anxiety for me.
That would...
I'd be like, someone's out the window.
We'd be like checking the windows every 4 seconds, running around.
One of us would be like this the whole time.
If there was music playing, I would give you guys a full-blown concert. I am an awful, terrible singer. That trend that's going on that's like, what is it? Seeing if we can retire our husbands or like our parents or something, and then the husband starts and the girl goes, I would be so bad. I would be so bad, but I think that I'm good. I wrote a song when I was little.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not going to sing it. I almost did. I'm not going to.
I thought I was good. I went and sang on my YouTube channel, and I had this whole thing because it was for my mom. It was fight song. No. Because she had cancer. Oh. And so like, I love this song. It reminds me of my mom. And I sang it, and it was like, okay, it wasn't like horrible, but like on a scale from 1 to 10, it was like 5, and it was on the internet.
Is it still on the internet?
No.
Dang it.
I pulled it off. I am not a good singer. That. I was like off key the whole time. And people in the comments were trying to be nice. Like I could tell they were trying to be nice. I was not good.
It's not good. Okay.
I am not good.
Okay, so back to anxiety with mom. Mom life. I was going through a rough time. When was that? When I was literally Marco Poloing you and your mom literally bawling. Oh, that was rough. Probably like 5-6 months ago.
What was it?
What was that around? I know exactly what it was because of, but it was like beginning of summertime. I'm remembering now. It's beginning of summertime. It's kind of like right after you were postpartum. And I was having so much anxiety, but I couldn't really figure out where everything was stemming from. I was so busy. Yes, literally. I was so busy in life and I couldn't really figure it out. And finally, Sarah called me. She's like, can I, like, let me just tell you what I did to figure out where my anxieties were. She's like, every time I was having anxiety, I would ask myself, like, what am I actually worried about? And I'm kind of might be forgetting all the pieces. She's like, what is the source of what I was anxious about? And I realized that the source of my anxiety was worried that I wasn't good enough mom for my kids. I wasn't getting the house clean enough. Like I felt like I wasn't hitting all of the markers and expectations that I was putting on myself. No one else was putting that expectation. Right. My kids weren't saying, you need to be doing this as a mom. My husband wasn't saying, you need to be doing this. Right. Like no one was doing those expectations, but I was looking around at my life and what was going on and how the house was so messy. We weren't able to go to the pool that day because of work stuff. Like I was looking at all these things and she's like, I can't even remember exactly what the phrase that she said, but she basically said, you're feeling anxiety because of the expectation you're putting on yourself rather than just, I wish I could remember the words. Maybe you remember. Do you remember what she said?
I don't remember. But
I wish I knew the exact thing.
My dad always says that anxiety is expectation or living in the future.
That's what it was. She's like, you're so worried about what's coming next that you can't even just focus on how to get through what you're getting through.
Yeah. So my dad has always said that depression is living in the past and I think also expectation. And then anxiety is expectation and living in the future. So depression's a lot like, oh, I wish I did this or I can't do that kind of stuff a lot of the time, some of the time. And then anxiety is what's going to happen when this, what if this, what if, and so.
The what ifs are really hard. Well, that's kind of what I was falling into. I'm like, what if my kids don't think I was a very good mom? Because it was when I was really starting to push the podcast and when we were starting to do more social media wise and we had big decisions to make. More work. I'm at right now. So I was like, oh my goodness, am I going to take away from like what is the most important thing to me in my life, which is my kids. Like,
right.
my being there for my family is hands down the most important thing. I don't care about anything else that's going on. So everyone deals with mom guilt. Everyone deals with anxiety. Everyone deals with these things in such different ways. Like, yes, we're aligned on a few things, but also very different. We're both anxiety girls in a very different
way.
Very different way.
Right. This is totally off topic, but also, like you said, that you're talking to my mom and it helped. I watched the Bluey episode the other day.
Oh,
the
no.
Baby
You're gonna
race.
make me cry.
I'm going to cry talking about it. The Baby race.
Bluey hits hard.
Oh, we should do podcast episodes of us watching and reacting to Bluey episodes.
Let's do it.
Okay, would you guys want that?
We want to leave more. We're going to quick pause with this. We need to jump back to this. We want to do like more. We want to shift because I feel like at the beginning we were doing a lot of like self-help those types of things.
Like that kind of stuff.
We kind of just want to have fun. Like, we kind of want to be like your comfort girlies. Yes, be so for real with you and share the real life of everything, but we want it to be like, we're also gonna do
fun stuff.
Fun stuff.
What? We'll just do like ASMR videos of us making beaded bracelets and we
make friendship bracelets.
Anyway, I was watching the Bluey episode, the Baby race, right? And I lately, with expectation with mom stuff, Hayden has no want or drive to crawl right now. She doesn't like being on her stomach for very long. It's fun. She rolls around, which actually Bluey does in the episode. Is Bluey's like, did I crawl? And Chili's like, no, you rolled. And then she's like, did I crawl? No, you scooted. So anytime Hayden is like, I'm like, is she supposed to be doing this? Because Evelyn is a mover. She's a goer.
She's everywhere.
She's so determined. She wants the next step. Whereas Hayden's like, I'm good. Like, I don't need that. Like, she has such strong legs, doesn't want to stand. She'd rather bounce.
She loves to jump.
She has, again, strong legs, strong arms. Could crawl if she wanted to.
She could.
She has no drive to. She has gotten up on her knees. She's gotten up on her hands. She could probably do both, but she doesn't want to.
Yeah.
And so I've had so much anxiety of, is she hitting the milestones? Is she, like, she didn't want to roll from her back to her stomach and her stomach to her back because she didn't like being on her stomach. And so I was like, she's supposed to hit that milestone. And I watched that episode, and the whole time Chili's having anxiety.
Yeah.
Because she's not hitting the milestones. And then the part where the other mom comes over and looks at the camera and says, "You're doing great." I bawled. I was holding Hayden. You're like, bawling, no. And I'm like, I'm doing it right. I'm doing good.
You're doing so good.
But like, I've seen that episode before,
and it just hits different.
And it was so validating.
Yes.
Coming from a TV show.
Coming from
a TV show. And like, the fact that, okay, Bluey was the last to walk and roll or crawl.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's old. She can walk and do all the things. She can
100%.
do everything that everyone else can. But it didn't matter then. She had her own way she wanted to do things, just like Hayden does.
Yes. Can I comfort you a little bit?
Yeah.
Abby has Neymar. That she is watching him every single day, and he is everywhere.
Right.
He is playing and he's doing all the things. So it's probably a little bit more she sees him going and doing things. So that's probably why she is. I was so worried, like Nixon, because he was first. He kind of was a little slower to talk, a little slower to do those things. Rolling over, he was fine there. He was a different ball game there. He would just roll to get wherever he wanted. Right. But he didn't actually even crawl. He did like the scoot things. Like he didn't get up on his hands and knees.
Hayden scoots.
Yes.
Which Abby scoots too. Again, I don't really like compare the two anymore because it's like it's so exciting for me to see Evelyn as her aunt. Like, oh my gosh, she's doing all these things. I don't like compare them, but there are times where I'm like, wait, is Hayden supposed to be, are we holding her too much? Are we letting her be on the floor?
That's the mom guilt.
Yes.
Mom anxiety.
So it's less like, I used Abby as an example. I don't really compare the two because I'm so excited every time Abby does anything.
But you're seeing it in real time.
I kind of already have the mindset and understanding that Abby's going to do things first.
Yes.
Because she gets more floor time for one, because she and Neymar play all the time. Hayden doesn't have another sibling to play with, so she's with us all the time. And so because we're busy and all over the place, we're holding her all the time and whatever. So she's always being held.
Yes.
And it's like my rational brain is like, she doesn't need to be. Abby is scooting so early. She's doing it earlier than Neymar was, and Neymar was early.
I was shocked yesterday when I saw her. I was like, she like, what just happened?
Like, walking is 9 months to 13, right?
Yeah, Rayla.
Crawling is like 6 to 9.
Mm-hmm. Rayla was very late walking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like my rational brain is like, Hayden's on track with all her things. Abby's just a freaking mover.
Yeah.
Like, she's a mover. She wants to move like Neymar does. Also, those kids are all over the place. Neymar has so much energy. Like, I wish I had that energy today. I am jealous.
He was so cute last night. We were like, Neymar, are you strong? He's like, I'm
so strong. And then Riley's like, yeah, your muscles are bigger than mine. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, and popped his hip out.
It was so cute.
So
anyway,
cute.
So like, I don't necessarily compare her. And the thing that Ty and I talk about all the time that actually goes, sorry, I'm gonna go back into anxiety, is I have two sides of my brain in a lot of senses. Okay. In a lot of senses, I have the logical, rational side of my brain and the dreamer and the one that wants to say, oh, I'm a witch, I can do spells, I can do all these things. And my other side of my brain is like,
you sure?
Right, like the other day, my friend, all of a sudden I was like, something's wrong with my friend. I don't know what, something's wrong. So I text him, I'm like, what's wrong? No response. And so the next day I was like, Ty, call him, something's wrong. Yeah. So we call him, I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, nothing. I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, I've just been a little bit off lately. And I was like, okay. Yeah. He's like, and I had a panic attack last night on an airplane. I was like, what time?
No.
And he's like, like 5. And I was like, that's when I knew something was wrong. Something was like, so in my brain, I was like, hey, that's because you're a witch and you know things. Yes. And the answer my brain was like, nah, you just guessed it. You just got close. Yeah, you got lucky. So in anxiety, those two sides of my brain are anxious, constantly being like, well, like in the baby sense of, what if she's missing her milestones? What if she's this? What if she's that? And then the logical side of my brain is, she's fine. She is doing great for her age for a first baby, because first kids usually
they're a little bit slower. Longer.
Yeah, right. Because
it takes them longer.
It takes whatever. So in anxiety, I always have those two brains, and I feel like maybe it's ADHD. Who knows? Yeah. I feel like a lot of the time that actually makes my anxiety worse. Yeah. Because I'm internally fighting with myself.
I was about to say, maybe that's just anxiety. And then I was like, maybe that is ADHD, because I kind of think I have that.
One day I'll go on Adderall for a day and see how much I can do.
I would.
Do you know, I would write a book in one day. I would be able to build a house.
I should do that to clean my home and deep clean it.
Which, my toxic trait, I said I'd be able to build a house. Ty and I drove past a house one day and I said, I can do that. My toxic trait is I look at anything, I'm like,
I can do that.
I can do that.
I do that. Oh, whatever. But my toxic trait is I could do that and I would figure it out, except for I don't know how long. That is one thing about me, is like, I think I can do things, and I have full should we build a podcast studio? We should build, if you buy a house, we should buy a pink shed and have a she shed, and that could be our podcast studio.
We're gonna build stuff.
We could be neighbors. It could connect and it could have 2 doors that went in.
It could have a little whimsical, like the gate, like the little whimsical gate in between, so our kids can go and play together. Stop it! This is happening.
All right, fine. Twist my arm.
Anyway,
oh man,
she's got a whole outline on IKEA.
It's fine. Okay, so we have been yapping for a little bit. Let's talk about how we're coping with our anxiety currently. Like, how are we? Did I hear something? I didn't.
No,
you looked at me. You looked at me like I should have been coping. Yeah,
coping.
We are not coping. We are surviving. We're surviving. We are rage cleaning. Yep. Honestly, how I am currently coping is actually talking through my feelings. Yep. And expressing to multiple people. Yep. I talked to Riley about it. I talked to Danielle about it. Sometimes Marco Polo Sarah. She's like, Yep. Like, there's different people. My mom sees a lot of different anxieties surrounding my kids. Like, I feel like my mom is a good soundboard for me when I'm like, because she raised 6 kids, and I'm like, okay, I'm having a lot of anxiety around Nixon with schooling. And she's really good to talk to me and be like, okay, that's nothing to stress. Go a different area. I can talk to Nixon's teachers. I can talk to different people. My friends, like my best friend, she has kids that we are very similar age kids. And it's so nice to be able to have a soundboard, even if they're not relating. Danielle doesn't have a 7-year-old. She doesn't really know how to parent a 7-year-old, but I can kind of talk to her and she just listens. And it helps me almost figure it out more. That's what I'm doing.
And one thing that we talk about a lot is like, I'll talk about things that I went through as a kid, and she's like, hey, Nix is kind of like that. Yeah. What would you do for yourself at that age? How I cope right now is talking. One thing that I've noticed lately is I have to talk until I'm talked out. So I will talk
I
to
like
people
that.
about that situation until it's either I figure out what's going on or I'm talked out. Like lately, the relationship thing that I've been dealing with.
Yes.
I talked to McKinley about that. I talked to my mom about that. I talked to Cheryl about that. I talked to anyone who would listen until it was like, okay, this isn't as big of a deal anymore.
Kind of got it out.
Yeah, so I talk until it's gone. I talk because the biggest thing that I'm afraid of is going back into what I used to be of not talking at all. And
I feel
so
that.
I know that if I hold it in, it just bubbles and gets worse. And Ty also knows that sometimes I can't figure it out unless I talk.
Yeah.
And so he'll be like, hey, what's wrong? And I'll be like, I don't know. And then we'll try to kind of chip away at it until we figure out an underlying thing. One other thing that I use as a coping is a lot of the time I'm having anxiety because something needs to happen or needs to stop happening.
Oh.
So
some action needs to
right. So
be moved.
Like if I am just kind of being stagnant and not growing in life, I'll have a lot of anxiety. And then I know, okay, so either something's coming that I need to prepare myself for. Maybe it's intuition. Again, we talked about this in the witch episode where it's like, is it intuition or is it anxiety?
Yeah.
Kind of both go hand in hand for me. Intuition and anxiety go hand in hand.
Same.
So it's like, there's times where it's like, okay, I'm having anxiety. I cannot figure out right now. So it must be something coming.
Yeah.
Or it's something that I did.
Okay.
So that helps. If it's not like an immediate like thing and I can't figure out what's going on. Like the other day, Ty and I were doing a thing that was like it was going to be a big life changer and we were really excited about it. And then we actually went to go look at this big life changer and like see how it would work for us. And I went home sick.
It's like so wild.
Sick. And Ty was like, what's wrong? And I was trying to figure it out because I was really excited about this thing. But then the second I told Ty, I was like, it's not going to work for us. It was gone. The anxiety was gone.
That's so wild.
So usually if it's not something that I can talk out, then it's something that happened or is coming and I don't know about it yet. And all I have to do is prepare for it.
That's so interesting. I feel very similar and like you can kind of tell when either you have to make a shift or something is shifting.
Right.
But then once you kind of can acknowledge, like your mom kind of brought to light for me, once you can acknowledge what it is, then you can dive in and kind of figure out what to go from there. Something that really helps me personally is moving my body and working out is a huge game changer for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it really helps me. Right. But working out, I don't even know if it's just for me to get out of my head for a minute and actually just focus on my body and how I'm feeling. It makes me just feel, I don't even know what it does. I can't even explain it. But for some reason, when I am moving my body, even if I'm just walking.
Is it accomplishment?
I think it might be an accomplishment
because I get a lot of anxiety if I'm not accomplishing things.
Yeah, but it's almost like also like a physical release too. Like I'll have if I don't work out for like 3-4 days, Riley's like, "McKin, you need to you need to go move your body." It's the weirdest thing. Like instantly, I will 180.
Yeah, I was actually watching a video that I don't know, it was like a famous psychologist. I can't remember his name, but he's like, the first thing I ask when someone comes in and says they've been depressed or anxious, they'll say, "When's the last time you went on a walk?"
Really? Interesting. That's interesting because I kind of did like a little thing that was like, what can we coping strategies? And it was like getting out fresh air, sunlight, making sure you're communicating. That's so interesting. The walk is a good idea. So maybe if you're having anxiety, get some fresh air, go on a walk. I'm going to be in the snow soon.
Let's just go build houses in Hawaii. Like we have all that money in the world.
Yes, I know. We're manifesting. We're
We're gonna have houses in Hawaii.
We're gonna have houses
that
in
we
Hawaii
built with a cute little whimsical gate
and beachfront. With good waves, but actually not good waves.
Not
good
good
sand.
Waves.
Good sand. Good sand. Good sand is way more important. I did ask, like, I did a little bit of research, and I was like, what are some good coping strategies? Asking for help, creating routines that ground you, whether that's meditating, witchy things, pulling cards.
McKinley felt a little called out the other day.
You guys, I am terrified of Danielle. Actually,
I'm a witch.
She is a witch. After our podcast episode, I was like, all right, show me the card thing. Like, let's see.
Because I have oracle cards. I don't do tarot.
Not tarot. They're oracle is what it's called?
Oracle cards.
So, literally, can I tell them what I did?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be very specific about what I asked because I didn't want to. But, so, she's like, think of a question. And I think I asked 5.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt.
No, interrupt. No,
the first thing I say is, if you're not open to this and you don't have an open-minded energy, this will not work.
I was open. I'm in a phase of my life right now that I'm like, let's try it. Like, let's see what's going to work. So I was open to it. Actually, we just pulled a card first to just see what a general one. And I was like, no. No way. This is not like, let's try this again.
And it did answer.
It answered the question. It answered the question. So I asked 4 very specific ones. You guys, the last question that I asked.
I cried.
We cried. It was
full body chills.
Spot on. I'm literally getting chills as we speak. It was like spot on. It was everything that I needed to hear and more.
It was so specific.
So specific. Like oddly freaky, so wild. But
well, and the crazy thing is, so we went to my aunt's house and she does them too. She teaches me all the witch stuff.
Yeah.
Which I feel like since being there, I've been more. I think I just charge off of her or something.
You're just charged.
It's a coven. It's a coven. But we did oracle cards there, and something that we've been talking about a lot is like Ty needs to be his own person. Mm-hmm. He relies a lot off of, okay, I'm gonna do whatever Danielle wants me to do.
Yeah.
I just want to be a good husband, and I'm like, okay, that's great, and I need you to be yourself too.
Yes.
And so we've been talking a lot about that. We did oracle cards at my aunt's house. I asked a question. My uncle asked a question. She asked a question. My cousin asked a question, and Ty was like, "Do I have to ask a question? I don't have a question." And my aunt's like, no, you don't have to ask a question. And he's like, okay. So he pulls the card. And the card literally, like,
oh no.
Long story short, says, you need to do your own things. Stop relying on other people. You need to figure out who you are and what you want to do. Don't just people please.
No.
And Ty was like, I feel called out. And then when McKinley was here,
literally,
I was like, hey, Ty, you want to pull a card? And he's like, sure. Pulls a card. This is a different deck. A different deck than what my aunt has. Ty just grabs a card. It literally says, you need to learn how to be your own person. Stop relying on other people.
I can count on that.
Like, it was not like a, let me look at that. He literally just walks up, didn't even put much, like, he was like,
He looked, he did like a double.
He went to go grab one and was like, no, it's this one. Pulls it out. Literally, you need to be your own person.
It was actually saying, he's like, I don't like, or no.
He's like,
I feel called out again.
Anyway, I'm a witch.
Oh, man. Okay, before we get a couple questions, because we're running out of time, what is one anxiety that is not deserving the energy you're giving it right now? That you're dealing with currently? Do you have one?
Could you, like, ask me a different way?
Ask you in a different way? Okay, so what is something in your life that you feel like you are getting that's causing you anxiety or working? Okay, do you want me to just tell mine?
Yeah.
So I have told at this point that Riley has now quit his job. Mm-hmm. We are doing our own thing. Mm-hmm. We're soul surfing. And I was having so much anxiety and still am about like, how is our life going to look? Because he's still finishing out working towards the end of the month. But I'm like, how is our life going to look? And I'm so freaking out about what that's going to look like that I can't even like appreciate that we're moving into this beautiful phase. Does that make sense?
Right.
It's like, what's something in your life that is like just taking more from you than it should right now?
Okay, so Ty and I have decided that we're going to put a lot more work and effort into our jobs because we both work from home doing YouTube, and people think that we just don't really do anything, which for the past couple months, Ty and I have just been like riding this easy wave of we have enough to pay rent, we have enough to get groceries, we have enough to get by, we have enough to get dinner every once in a while. We're good enough. Where we've always been like, we want to keep working. And so lately we've said, okay, we're going to work our butts off and we are going to double our, like we're making, we're making goals to double our income, triple our income. We're like, we're going to be able to do this in a year. We're making all these goals. And so, we said that we're going to start doing Nelly Knows again, which for those of you who know, Nelly Knows has been all over the place. Me trying to figure out who I'm going to be, what I'm going to do on that channel. And we've decided we're going to do like similar to Tannerite's content. And I'm having a lot of anxiety right now that I just might not be good enough. Like I might not be good enough to grow our vlogs more. And I just might not be good enough to do what Tannerite's is doing on Nelly Knows. And I just might not be good enough to do my book stuff. And I just might not be good enough to be a mom and a wife while doing all of these things. So that's a lot of anxiety. And at the same time, while I'm having that anxiety, I am trying to be, but I'm not being enough. I'm trying to be more thankful for the fact that Ty and I work together.
Yeah.
We can set a schedule. We're like, hey, let's wake up earlier than we usually do so that we can get work done earlier in the day where Hayden is most likely going to be sleeping and then waking up for a little bit and then napping.
Yeah.
And then we can spend the rest of the day with her where we're literally just planning on working from 9 to noon, that's 3 hours a day where we're going to be working our tails off.
Dedicated.
To be able to spend more time intentionally as a family. And I don't think I'm being as grateful as I should while those anxieties are taking over.
That's so interesting. You're doing a really good job. Yeah. With everything that you have going on. I really wish that you could see from like the outside, like how much you're doing. And that you're good. Like you're doing okay.
I think that's for everyone though, because I'd say the same thing for you.
Thank you.
Here's one thing really quick that I will say is notice how both of our like, oh, we just want to be more thankful. Mm-hmm. One thing that I've noticed in my life is anxiety and depression and all those things are more prominent when I'm not looking around as much and being as thankful as I should be. When I have little to no anxiety, when I'm not in a depression episode, I'll be looking at everything and being like, I'm thankful for that tree right there. Exactly. I'm thankful for the fact that we can walk around. I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for this. But when you're having anxiety, that kind of takes over. And so this is another coping thing is sometimes when I'm having anxiety, I'll go on a walk and by the time I get home, I have to have at least 10 things that I said, I'm replacing this anxiety with a great gratitude of I'm so thankful that I can walk around in November and it's really warm outside. And I'm so like gratitude kind of tips the scales a little bit.
I do feel like with anxiety, you have to kind of flip your mindset sometimes. Sometimes you have to just be like, I understand that I'm feeling this way. Let's turn it off and think somewhere else, which is really, really, really hard. Okay, we're going to do a few listener questions. We don't have a ton of time because we yapped. But what is the difference between a panic attack and an anxiety attack?
It's hard to know when you're in it.
Yeah.
Me personally, a panic attack is more physical.
Yes.
Where can't breathe. I'm pulling at my hair. I will like hit stuff.
Tunnel
like it's
vision.
very like I'll be grabbing my head. I have to like it's very physical and one of the only ways I can stop a panic attack is I have to turn off all the lights and go and put myself in a room that I can't go look around and like for me panic attacks are very physical. Anxiety attack is mental. It's in my own head. I can be staring at a wall. Wow, sorry. I can be staring at a wall and be panicking and I'll stare and just sit there for an hour
and nothing
and do nothing.
I totally agree with that. Panic attacks are way more physical for me and they're more noticeable on the outside is kind of how I would say.
Right.
When anxiety attacks, I can be a full functioning human all day long but have a full 8-hour long anxiety attack, sorry. And I actually have anxiety attacks a lot. So if you want to know what those look like, I could definitely describe, but
I also personally feel like panic attacks literally feel like everything's caving in around you.
Yes.
Whereas panic attacks is like you are blowing up. Like you are like both being crushed and
anxiety.
I feel like I'm vibrating, like a bad vibrating like
anxiety attacks to me feels like the world is concaving in and when I'm having a panic attack, it does feel like it's like boom. Like in my opinion.
I don't know. I just feel like
kind of like a freak out.
Physical is very panic attack and mental internally. Again, I can be doing everything and I can be talking to people like I'm totally calm while inside I am
dying.
Yeah.
It's awful. Okay. Did you ever get told you were too sensitive, worried too much growing up, and did that shape you?
No, because I didn't share and I wasn't sensitive. I was internally sensitive, but I didn't share that with anybody. So
I was never told that I was too sensitive, but I was told a lot. I was too much and that I was like a big personality. And I feel like because I was told that when I was younger, and it wasn't even by my family, it was by friends and specifically by like 8th grade, 7th, 6th, between 6th and 8th grade boys, those kind of ages, it really affected how I was in my teenage years. But I don't really feel like that has to do with anxiety. So I might have missed something there. Okay. What was your weirdest anxiety trigger as a kid? Like having to sit on a certain seat, calling friends' parents, or whatever.
My anxiety trigger was actually triggered off of Savannah's.
Really?
Savannah had a lot of anxiety where when my parents would leave, she would get nervous and she would go and stand by the door or by the window and she had to wave when my mom left. And she had a certain thing and my anxiety would trigger off of that and I'd think, she got to wave, I didn't wave, what if my mom never comes back? And so I would do like a silent spiral because a silent spiral because of Savannah's anxiety trigger because like she was freaking out because she wanted to go with my mom. She didn't like separation anxiety, but then I would have the like looming doom of what if she doesn't come back? So now that anxiety is still present whenever Ty leaves, I have to like kiss him like 47 times and like as he's as he's like leaving the door, I have to say I love you and kiss him like it's like my last chance or something.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really had, again, I didn't realize that I have an anxiety, but like looking back, a lot of my anxiety picked up at night when it was dark outside. I don't know why, but that's kind of the only thing that I can really go from there.
One of my weirdest actually is thunder or lightning at night. No, I love thunder and lightning during the day. I will sit and watch it. Actually, now, ever since I had a baby, it's all the time.
I don't
but
like it.
But at night, it would give me panic attacks.
I love rain. I love the sound of rain. Thunder, anxiety. No, thunder, lightning. I actually don't mind lightning because it's not loud. It's pretty. But thunder and wind, like scary wind, freaks me out at night.
Yeah.
To this day.
Big storms scare me, but it might be because I'm traumatized because our basement exploded.
True. That was a little. Okay. Do either of you guys deal with social anxiety? Mine is so bad. I
have such bad social anxiety, you guys. I'm so bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We literally had a party last night, and I stood by McKinley and was like, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to talk to people.
Let me be so for real with you. You would not know that I had social anxiety.
Me neither. I'm very good at playing it off.
I can play it off, and I will. But so I've been doing a lot of more events lately. Mm-hmm. I have anxiety attacks and panic attacks before every single one. I actually filmed one, and you can't see my panic. It was an anxiety attack, but I'm doing my makeup, and I filmed it, and I actually want to do like a voiceover about thoughts that are going into my mind as I do it, and then kind of talk how I talk out of it. But no, bad. Mm-hmm. And I don't cancel plans as much anymore because I just don't make them.
See, I still do the plans when I make them, and I just hate that I still do them. Anyway.
Okay, I've been really struggling with anxiety and depression in postpartum. I would love to hear more about your experience. I wish someone would have told me more about intrusive thoughts in postpartum surrounding my baby.
We kind of talk about this.
We did kind of talk about this. The hard thing about intrusive thoughts is there's kind of really nothing you can do. But you
just voice it.
Voice it, and also say, even like voice it and then say, but I know that's not going to happen. Like kind of follow it up with a comfort phrase or something. Right. That's kind of going to be my let's end here. Okay. Right. How do you show up in your role as a mom when you're having a really bad mental health day? I have older kids, so I can't not show up. There's days that I am a little bit shorter, and there's days that I've had to say, I deal with a lot of pain right now too. So there's days that I have to say, you know what, we're going to have a fun day and we're going to watch movies and we're just going to snuggle on the couch. And
snuggling.
We just kind of,
I turn them into
just kind of do. You just kind of figure it out.
Which I have a baby, so she doesn't really understand, but she can feel when I'm stressed. And so how I do it and take care of it for like me personally mostly is I will have snuggle days where I'm like, hey, you know what? Yeah. She has to take a nap. I'm going to go take a nap with her. I'm going to take time away from everything else and lay in bed with my baby. Because babies get the most connection with their mom from cuddling, all those things. So
I also will force us to do something, whether it's let's make cookies or let's go to Swig. Let's go do a cookie day because we like to do cookie days. Like, or I don't really want to cook. Like, I don't have the energy. Let's go get family dinner.
Right.
Even though, like, just something to do to get me out of my head. That's probably what I'd say. But we've kind of gone over time on this, but we want you guys to know if you do have anxiety or mental health, you are not alone.
No.
We deal with it all the time. No. And we know you guys do too because you guys talk about it.
Right.
We want to do more mental health check-ins. We want to do a little bit more talking about this while keeping it fun. So if you guys ever have questions that you want us to talk about, we could do like a mental health check-in kind of box or something. We could even
do a mental health check-in live stream where we're actually talking. And
I love that.
Because we're wanting to do more like fun interactive things like on videos. So I think maybe it would be a good idea to start doing live streams.
That would be way fun. Yeah. Even if one of us did our personal and someone went on Dash of Pink and we kind of did it at the same time. That'd be way fun.
Okay, so it would probably most likely be on TikTok, right? We can do it on YouTube.
We could do it on, I'm not the YouTube queen. I'm attempting.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But this was fun. We love you guys. Never forget that you are worth it. Love you. Bye.